for us as a church to be bold. And that word for me calls to mind the early church, which is constantly described as bold. And I feel like, though, when I read the Bible, I know the ending, and I forget the fact that the early church was built by people who would never see its successes, who were on the brink of failure at every turn. And yet this ragtag group spread the message of Jesus in the face of angry mobs, or jealous religious leaders, and even the Roman Empire. So now, 2,000 years later, God's calling for boldness only continues, and Awaken Chicago is already living that out. This church was bold at birth. When Willow Creek decided that we could no longer minister to our community in the way that we felt God was calling us to minister, our leadership team spoke with one bold voice, and that is that God has a vision for this community to live out a genuine multicultural church focused on the people and needs of this city, and that the one-size-fits-all model for church stands in the way of us living out that vision. And so it came to be that the church we loved, that we had poured our blood, sweat, and tears into, was parting ways with us. And even though we were stunned and reeling, so many of us took the collective bold step to say yes to Awaken Chicago. Didn't have a building, didn't have money, didn't have members, just a ragtag group with a collective faith in the vision that God has given us. Our Awaken story, that origin story, is written from the playbook of the early church. And like the stories from the early church, we know that God will expect bold steps ahead and that we will face challenges. We live in a city where there are signs of brokenness all around us, where so many people are lonely and searching for something, and where we're told to worship things that ultimately will be leaving us empty. And so there is bold work to be done, and I can't think of anyone I'd rather be doing it than all of you.